So in this lesson, percents with tax, tip, markup, and discount. Tax, markup, and tip all in one column, discount in another column for a reason. We treat tax, markup, and tip the same way. We could look at the word tax. That X, if we turn it around, it looks like a plus sign. Okay, so this is all three of these is something we're going to add to the final price. So we're going to add the tax, the markup, and the tip to the final price or the final selling price. The discount starts with the letter D. We're going to deduct from the final selling price. All right, so three of them we add. The discount we subtract. First one, find the total cost or sale price to the nearest cent. T-shirt is $22.95. The sales tax is 7%. So what I want to know is what is 7% of $22.95? So 7%, first thing I want to do is convert this into a decimal. So I got 0.07 of, meaning multiplying, $22.95. Depending on your teacher, you may have a calculator for this, or you may have to do this manually. So if you take 7 cents, or 0.07 times $22.95, you should get an answer of 1.0665. Now we're talking about money. So money goes to what place value? Money's to what place value? Hundreds place. Good. So this is $1.61. So the tax is $1.61. The question is asking what is the sale price? So what I have to do is take one more step, take the $22.95 and add the $1.61 to this price. And our final answer here, after adding these, you should get an answer of $24.56. So using this technique here, this is if the question is asking for the tax, this is the tax, $1.61. If the question is asking for the final sale price, then you have to add the tax back to the original price and give a final sale price. All right, so be careful what the question is asking. If the question is asking for a final sale price, there's another way to do this. Okay? When you go and buy a shirt or anything you're buying, you're going to give the cashier 100% of the $22.95. You're also going to give the cashier an additional 7% for the tax. So what percent are you actually paying for this shirt?
107?
Yep, 107%. So then my other question could be is, well, if I'm looking for this final sale price, what is 107% of $22.95? Now when I convert this decimal, 107, into a decimal, I get 1.07 times $22.95. And if you do the multiplication here, you should see that you get the same answer. A little different, it's going to be $22.5565. Too many numbers for math, so for money, so $24.56, rounding to the nearest hundreds. Okay, do not forget to round when you have money. Okay, so again, 100% of the $22.95, an additional 7% for my tax. The total is actually 107%, so I'm paying 107% of this shirt. 107% as a decimal is 1.07 of, meaning multiplication, $22.95, and this will give you the final sale price. Okay, so find the total cost or sale price to the nearest cent. $39 jeans with a discount of 25%. So the question becomes, what is 25% of $39? Okay, so 25% is a decimal, 0.25 of, meaning multiply, times 39. And if we do 0.25 times 39, we get an answer of $9.75. Now $9.75 is my discount. They're asking for the sale price, so I must take one more step and do $39 minus $9.75. Subtracting my discount from here, and I should get an answer of $29.25 as my final sale price. So if the question is asking for the discount, what is the discounted amount? $9.75. What is the final price or sale price after a 25% discount? $29.25. Okay, so we could take another shortcut on this one. If it's just asking for the sale price and you don't really need the discounted amount, you can say, okay, well, normally I'm going to give the cashier 100% of the $39, but since today we have whatever weekend it is or whatever discounts they're going to give me a 25% discount. So if it's a discount, I deduct. So I'm going to subtract 25% from 100. So I'm only paying what percent for these jeans now?
75.
Yep, I'm only paying 75% for these jeans. So the question becomes is what is 75% of $39? And again, 0.75 times 39, and we should get the same answer of $29.25. So find the total cost, sale price and nearest cent. This time I have a $15 gym bag and a 40% markup. So in our school store, we bought gym bags for $15, and since we bought the gym bags for $15, and we want to make some money on anybody who purchases these gym bags, so we're going to charge a 40% markup. So what is the markup we're going to charge? So what is 40% of $15? So we're going to go 0.4 times 15, and 40% of $15, we should get an answer of 6. So $6 is my markup. What is the total cost or final sale price? Markup is one of those that we have to add back onto the to the price. So we have $15 plus the $6, and we have a final sale price of $21 for this gym bag. Okay, if you do not need the markup price and you just want the sale price, again, you could take another shortcut. Well, I bought these for 100%. I'm going to sell them for 100% of their value and an additional 40% so I can make some money on this, or some commission, or some profits. So I'm going to add 40% of this. So what I really want to know is what is 140% of $15? So what is 140% of $15? What is 140% as a decimal? 1.4, 1.40, either one. 1.4 times 15, and after just doing this multiplication, we should get the same answer as $21 as our final price. Alright, so we go to the diner, we spend $42, and we want to be nice to our waiter or waitress, and we want to leave them a 20% tip, minimum. Alright, so the tip, again, is like the tax or the markup. We're going to add that back onto the final price. So what is 20% of $42? So 0.2 times 42, and we should get an answer of $8.40. So if the question is asking for what is the tip is $8.40. If the question asks what is the final bill or final price, I'm going to take my $8.40 and I'm going to add it to my $42 bill, and we should get an answer of $50.40 will be my final payment. So same question, find the total price or sale price. You have a $42 dinner tip, 20% tip. So rather than just finding the tip, you can find the tip and everything else. So you're going to pay 100% of your bill plus a 20% tip, which you're actually going to pay 120% of your bill. So what is 120% of $42? 120% as a decimal. I'm going to move my decimal over twice. So 1.2 times $42. And you should get the same amount of $50.40. Don't now forget your dollar sign. Talking about money. So find the percent of discount to the nearest percent, or find the percent of change to the nearest percent. Alright, so find the percent of discount to the nearest percent, or find the percent of change. So remember, we did a percent of change is equal to the difference over the original times 100 to make it a decimal, to make it a percent. So we have the difference, so 89 minus 62.50 over the original price, which is $89, times 100. And this will give you the percent of change. So if we do the 89 minus 62.50, we'll get an answer of 26.50 divided by 89 times 100. Again, I'm using the calculator for this. If I take my 26.50 divided by 89, I got an answer of 0.2977. I'm going to stop there, times 100. And remember, this multiplying by 100 will convert my decimal into a percent. So I'm going to move my decimal over 1, 2, and to the nearest percent. So this is 29.77%, or about 30% discount. So this is using the percent of change formula. One technique to finding this. Let's look at another technique. Okay, so the second technique, same problem. Find a percent discount. But first off, how much was the discount? How much money did you save? Well, if you take your $89 and subtract $62.50, what is it? What amount did we save? We saved
29
how much money did we save? Not percent. How much money did we save? So $89 minus $62.50, we saved $26.50. Okay. So here's the question: $26.50 is what percent of $89? $26.50 is what I saved. $26.50 is what percent of $89? And now you can set up a proportion. What would be the proportion I set up? Excellent. I can use is over of equals n over 100. And then we could go in from there. So we have 26.50 over 89 is equal to x over 100. And then we have 89x equals 2650 after multiplying. Divide by 89, both sides. And again, I will let you use a calculator in this part. And you get roughly, x is roughly equal to 30% as the other one. And again, there is one more way to do this, but we'll stick to these two ways, and you can use whatever you like.